Oh, well, that was really excellent. These have a life of their own, apparently. Hey, I'm Lisa and I am in heaven because today's episode is about that part of yum cha that I am completely obsessed with, Chinese steamed dumplings. This is walking up an appetite. In the series, I'm walking more than 100 kilometres to explore all the deliciousness across Greater Sydney. If you ask any of my friends, they'll tell you that my favourite food on the planet is without a doubt the steamed prawn dumpling or hagao. So much so that when I went to Hong Kong a few years ago, I set myself the challenge of eating 50 dumplings in the 5 days that I was there. Hang around till the end of the episode and you'll find out how many I actually did eat. Now, today I'm starting in Sydney CBD and I'm going to be walking 13 k's, give or take, north. And I'm going to share with you 3 very different places that have the most luscious steamed dumplings. I'm so excited. So yum cha is the Cantonese ritual of drinking tea and eating dim sum. And dim sum are those small plates or baskets of bite-sized pieces of food. And my favourite, prawn dumpling or hagao. And I actually think that if a place does a prawn dumpling really well, the rest of the dumplings are going to be great as well. So what do I look for in a good steamed dumpling? 1, it's got to be plump and generous, a bit like me actually. 2, I want to be able to pick it up with my chopsticks without the wrapper tearing or it sticking to the paper. And 3, the filling has to be Goldilocks perfection. Can't be too solid, can't be too mushy, it's just got to be right. Now, if prawn dumplings are not your thing, don't worry, there is going to be so much more to enjoy today. It's time to get moving. I am in the city in the beautiful Hyde Park, walking today on Gadigal land. And I'm so looking forward to introducing you to my walking buddy for today. She's a food and travel enthusiast who documents it all on her YouTube channel. She loves all genres of food, but I think she's got a particular affinity for yum cha, which is why I thought she would be perfect for today. Let's go meet Janice Fung. I have loved so many of your videos. I love your take on Sydney's cafes and restaurants because you always get to it from a really interesting angle, and I like that. How did you get into documenting all your food adventures?
I first got into filming and video actually when I was a kid. I was on a family holiday. My dad had his video camera and I was like, what is this? And then I think I started watching YouTube and I had my favorite YouTubers and I was like, I want to do that. I love food, and so I kind of merged making videos with food, and that's kind of how this channel started.
So tell me about your heritage and how it has sort of, I guess, directed the food that you love to eat.
So I spent a good amount of time in Hong Kong when I was growing up, so we ate a lot of Cantonese food. My mum's background is from Shanghai, and so we had a lot of Shanghainese food as well. But I do remember very vividly every single weekend we would gather as a family and we would go yum cha. That was the weekend activity. Yeah. We were big on celebrations through food as well, so that was how we connected and that was how we caught up with each other as well.
Is there any other way?
I don't know. That's kind of my way.
Yeah. So much talk of yum cha.
Yeah.
Makes me want to go and eat yum cha. So I think it's time to head off to our first stop.
I'm ready. I didn't have any breakfast today.
Me neither. So we're here at our first stop, Palace Chinese restaurant, actually recommended to me by Janice. Why is this an essential stop on a Sydney dumpling tour?
Because there's a lot of variety in terms of dim sums and dumplings, and I took my parents here and they loved it, so.
Oh, that's it. That's the only stamp of approval we need, right? What is the biggest mistake that people make when they come and eat yum cha?
Because our restaurant is a traditional yum cha restaurant, of course there will be a trolley pushing over. a lot of people haven't got the experience for the yum cha restaurant. They will be try to order from the menu because they don't know the culture of the restaurant. That's why they will miss the interesting part of the yum cha restaurant.
So the message is, don't use the menu, wait for the trolleys to come by. So we are here for the full yum cha experience. We've got the pot of jasmine tea on the table. The thing about yum cha, though, I find is that you're either completely ignored or completely inundated at any one time.
So yum cha essentially translates to drink tea. So as tempting as it is to get like soft drinks or something, I think you should stick to drinking tea as your first experience because it's a nice way to, you know, aid digestion, to cleanse the palate. So we're starting off right. Bring a friend. I think with yum cha, like usually in the steaming baskets, you have more than one dumpling. It's like 3 to 4. And if you have more friends, you can try more.
I'm starting, of course, with the hagao. I'm gonna do a little soy, little chili.
Are you gonna one bite it?
I was about to ask you the same thing. Yeah, let's one bite it.
Okay, let's one bite it. Okay, I'm ready.
All right. That is bloody delicious.
That is so good. You can taste the prawns. It's got a good amount of prawns.
Yeah. Solid and juicy. And you said a word before to me, bouncy?
Bounce.
I love it. Like you bite into it and it has like a bounce to it. That's what these are like. I want another one, but shall we try the others? All right.
Spinach prawn dumpling.
The spinach is really vibrant and green, and the bits of prawn are just super juicy.
And the wrapper, it's translucent and it's like thick enough to hold it together, but not too thick that it overpowers.
And not gluggy.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Gluggy's the worst, right? All right, last one. Are you doing this in one mouthful? They're quite big, aren't they?
I feel like this would be hard in just one mouthful. I'm going to do a 2-biter.
I did read somewhere that they are supposed to be just one mouthful of food.
Small, delicate bites.
Yeah, do you think they've gone a bit overboard with this one in the size? It's huge. All right, let's try one bite. Ready? Okay, right. So delicate. I don't feel like it's very refined to sit here and stuff that whole thing in your mouth when we're sitting here having yum cha. But what you do get is you get the whole experience, right? You get the feeling of the whole wrapper in your mouth, right?
Yes.
And then you break it open inside and you get the filling. It's like a whole experience going on inside your mouth.
Yeah, and we've got 2 more that we can be refined about.
I need to pace myself though. This is stop 1 of 3, remember?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, I think I need some more tea to aid digestion. So I've got chung fun, I'm learning, which is steamed rice rolls with prawn inside. You can have all different fillings, and I love that they serve it with this sweet sauce.
I think it's like, sweet soy sauce. I do like a good char siu bao, barbecue pork buns. The bun is so fluffy.
Yeah.
And then you've got like sweet and a little bit savoury from the barbecue pork. It's delicious.
So come to Palace Chinese Restaurant for the steamed hagao and all the dumplings, and definitely stay for the chung fun and the char siu bao. And Janice, thank you so much for joining me today. It's been so wonderful to have you along. Thank you for pouring my tea and for being such great company.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm always down for dumplings, and anytime you want to go eat dumplings again, just let me know.
Same time next week?
Yeah, let's do it.
See you then. So dumplings, as you know, are pretty much a piece of dough rolled around a filling. And Chinese dumplings are in 2 main categories. There's the gao, which is like the crescent shaped, and then there's the bao, which is like the round ones. And then there are variations on the wrapper, the filling, how it's cooked, steamed, boiled and fried. It's actually never ending. Dumplings are thought to have originated in China about 2,000 years ago, and they are now all over the world. And one of the reasons is probably the place I'm standing in front of now, which is Sydney Fung. Started as a humble dumpling stall in 1972 in Taiwan and has since exploded across the world to more than 13 countries. What they have that I love, I find it absolutely mesmerising, is that you can go over there and stand at the window and watch them make all their dumplings by hand over and over again. It is amazing. Time to get walking to our next stop, and I think this place may surprise you. So I've walked 6,500 steps to get here. I feel like I really haven't gotten anywhere because we're pretty close to our first venue. But I am at the next stop and I'm so excited to share this with you. We're at Work in Progress. Yeah, that's the name of the place. It's a hip, happening dumpling and drinks bar run by the Merivale group, who I think are amazing. And let me tell you, if I still worked in the city as I did back in the day, I would be here many times a week. I'm pretty excited to show you what's on offer. Let's go. I've eaten your dumplings before and I am just so happy to be back here again. Can we just talk about your prawn and scallop siumai, the one that to me is unique in the whole of Australia and maybe the world?
So it's just based on a regular siumai, but usually it's a pork and prawn filling. We've just got a plain prawn filling and it's topped with a scallop, which nobody else does. And it's also topped with some orange tobacco, which is fine fish roe.
I am seriously excited to eat this because this is really excellent. Look at that. And no, I'm not going to put the whole thing in my mouth now. I'm just going to have a little dainty bite. This is so delicious. The wrapper is just perfectly silky and the inside is just full-on prawn and full-on scallop. The texture of it is absolutely perfect. You know, I spoke about the dumpling being plump and generous. Well, this epitomises that. This filling is so full of delicious, sweet, juicy meat that just makes me so happy to eat it. And to those of you who don't love prawns, I have not forgotten you. Look at these gorgeous green babies, steamed spinach dumplings. So good. Look at that, vibrant green spinach inside, tastes freshly steamed, hint of ginger. This is one delicious vegetarian dumpling. This place has an awesome bar. It has got such a great cool bar vibe that the only thing I've got to do is have this, the really well-known Miss G's Yuzu slush. Pretty much an alcoholic Slurpee. And don't judge me, it's like, you know, just after 12. Everything you want it to be. Icy, a little tart, and the sourness of the yuzu is just fantastic. Goes so well with these hot steamed dumplings. So come here to Work in Progress for these magnificent prawn and scallop siumai and stay for a couple of these yuzu slushes. I'm now standing on Observatory Hill. We've just left the city and the harbour bridge is there. I am in love with that bridge. I got to say, it is gorgeous, fills me with joy every time I see it. Did you know it took 8 years to build and it was finished in 1932? It's a gorgeous structure, grey, steel arch, Maruya granite pylons. I just love it and I think it's become an icon across the world. And it is such a glorious day to walk across Sydney Harbour. We've got to get going, got lots of steps to take. See you at the other side. I am just so thrilled that we have crossed the harbour bridge. I've never done it before. The water was so blue and glistening today and the Opera House was just like white and beautiful and right in the middle, and the boats and the ferries and the cars are zooming by. Just unreal. If you've never done it, I recommend doing it. Walk across it. It's so good. Now, I have done 12,500 steps to get here to Lavender Bay. I've got 5.5 kilometres to go to the next dumpling, so I'd better get going. See you there. I feel an enormous sense of achievement. I have made it to Chatswood from the CBD. It has been 20,624 steps. That's 14.1 kilometres. My feet feel it, but I am standing outside Star Capital Seafood Restaurant, and I'm certainly ready for my last dumpling dive of the day. Have you got some advice to people that have never eaten yum cha before?
Doesn't matter which restaurant you go into. The one you must try is the ha gao, siu mai, steamed barbecue pork bun, and egg custard tart. If those four are right, the rest should be okay.
Thank you. This just feels like a traditional Cantonese restaurant. The huge fish tanks in the window with live lobsters and fish and crabs and the rich decor. But I'm here for the dumplings, so I'm going to have to come back another day for those babies. How good do these look? We've arrived in time for the dinner service because we had so far to walk today and it took so many hours. But I'm lucky enough to still get the dumplings, and I'm very happy to dive into the one I always start with, the prawn ha gao. I'm going to do that all in one. Why not? I know it's not the most refined way to eat a dumpling, to put the whole thing in your mouth, but you really get a different experience when you do that. So I do recommend you try it. It's absolutely delicious. Look at the colour of that one. It's sort of got a pink hue, which is really a beautiful indication of a crystal prawn dumpling. And look how translucent and shiny that skin is. What I really love about this one is that the pieces of prawn are so fat and juicy, and then there are chopped bamboo shoots throughout, which add an amazing texture and flavour that makes it a really good dumpling. Look, I'm really on a roll here, so I'm going to go for this one as well, the Hong Kong style egg tart. And I just want to say that this is probably my second favourite food in the whole world. I could eat these for days. Such an outstanding combo, this flaky pastry with this eggy custardy filling that is smooth and creamy and just set, and the flavour is just perfect. Can't stop eating these actually. And while I'm here, I have to tell you about my other favourite thing. It is a steamed egg yolk custard bun, and it is unbelievable if made well. And the ones here, have a look. I'm just going to use my hands because I'm scared my chopsticks will ruin its beauty. It's warm and soft, and I can feel the fluffiness already before I've even opened it. Something so unique about this bun. Firstly, it is so perfectly steamed, soft, cooked all the way through, like the freshest white bread you can imagine. And inside is this custard made from salted egg yolks that has a flavour and a depth that is like nothing else. Love it. So come to Star Capital Seafood for the incredible ha gao and stay for their outstanding egg custard desserts. We've been to 3 fabulous places today with lots of great dumplings, and I believe you can never have enough. So let's go back to my kitchen and I'm going to show you how I do a yum cha spread. How many amazing steamed dumplings did we eat today? What I did learn is that to make a really excellent one, you need to have years of practice, which I do not have, but I still want to make a yum cha feast at home. So how am I going to do it with the little skill I have in that area? I am going to show you now. So this is my yum cha feast at home. So this is a really quick and fabulous Chinese smashed cucumber salad, a recipe based on one from my friend Janice Fung. I've thickly sliced some Lebanese cucumber and I'm just going to smash them up a bit with the mortar and pestle. Requires concentration. Put it all in a colander and just salt throughout. I'm just going to let that sit for about 15 minutes to half an hour, just so it draws all the liquid out of the cucumber and makes them soak up the dressing. I just put the ingredients for the dressing into a jar. Chinese black vinegar, light soy, vegetable oil, sesame oil, sugar, Chinese chili oil, garlic. Put the lid on, don't forget that, and give it a good shake. A lot of liquids come out and these are now ready to dress. I'm just going to give it a bit of a mix. Smell is so good. Okay, I'm going to add half of my peanuts, most of my sesame, give it another mix. Just looks so green and gorgeous. And I'm going to top with some more peanuts, sesame, and that is my cucumber salad. Good. The next part of our Yum Cha feast at home is what we enjoy at every Yum Cha visit that we go to is steamed gailan or Chinese broccoli with oyster sauce. First I'm going to put the gailan onto steam, and while that's steaming I'm going to make the sauce. I've got a knob of ginger and a clove of garlic. I'm going to cook those really briefly in a bit of oil, and then I'm going to add some Chinese cooking wine, some sugar and some oyster sauce. Cook that for a minute or two, add a bit of sesame oil, and there's the sauce. So the gailan is perfectly steamed and I'm just going to pour that lovely thick sauce over the top. So that is my steamed gailan with oyster sauce and it is just so yum. I love it. So something I didn't know was that the number of pleats in a har gao or prawn dumpling indicates the seniority or the experience of the dim sum chef who's made it. Now, I want you to know I spent a bit of time learning how to make dumplings, but my fingers are not so nimble. And I tried and I really failed. And last week I spent the day trying to nail a spinach dumpling and it just was no good. So what I've decided is that there's a better way to do it for people like me that can't nail dumplings. Follow me. We are so lucky that we live in an age where gourmet food stores and supermarkets and restaurants themselves sell really good frozen dumplings. So no judgment please, I am taking a shortcut and I'm going to show you how to do it. You just need a bamboo steamer, saucepan of water, and many of the places actually send these papers with them, which makes it really easy. Otherwise just get a piece of baking paper or greaseproof paper and put some holes in it. And that's going to line your steamer basket. I'm going to carefully put them over the hot water and steam them for about 8 minutes. Best part. Have a look. So good. And no work at all. So you can see a veritable Yum Cha feast with so little effort. Sometimes you've just got to do it like that. In true Yum Cha style. It's delicious. So there it is. Steamed dumplings, gailan with oyster sauce, and smashed cucumber salad. What more could you ask for? And if you want to know how many dumplings I actually ate on that 5-day trip in Hong Kong, I think you're going to be disappointed with the answer. I ate only 44. That's all I could do. I'm going to aim higher next time and do better. Thank you for joining me today, Walking Up an Appetite. You can find all these great recipes and all the location links under the video on the channel. And while you're there, don't forget to like and subscribe. It's really important. It helps us make more episodes. Thank you all for joining me today and Walking Up an Appetite. I have loved it. And remember, there's got to be joy in the journey and deliciousness in the destination. Till next time.